Hey guys, it's Vine here from merge.com. Over the years, I've had many people ask me what type of merchanting is best in RuneScape. A lot of people also wonder at what point they should start investing and how much of their money they should use for this. I hope to answer these questions for you in this video series. I will be talking about the topics listed here spread out over 3 separate videos, and you can find the other 2 in the video description below once they are finished. These are not the guides to teach you the different types of merchanting. Instead, I'm explaining when to use which type. Keep in mind that these will be my opinions and experiences with the merchanting types over the years. Feel free to explain yourself in the comments if you disagree with anything I say. In my opinion, there is no specific best merchanting type. My definition of merchanting is finding the right combination of the different types and managing everything so that the time, money, and effort you put into it results in the highest profit you can get while taking as little risk as possible. In order to balance and manage your merchanting, you will first need to learn the different types and to understand when to use them. So let's start at the beginning. No matter how much cash you have, whether that's 5 mil or 5 bill, if you're new to merchanting, then you will always start off with active flipping. And this means that you will stay online and at or near the Grand Exchange to update your offers when needed. Your objective is to pull in profit as fast as possible, regardless of how the market is moving. This active flipping phase is very important. If you do not practice enough here, you will almost always struggle with inactive flips and investments too. It's important to patiently stick with active flipping until you feel confident and knowledgeable enough to start trying inactive flips. Active flipping is something you can continue to do for a long time though, but you will notice that at a certain point you're going to hit a roof here. Once you get to about 500 mil or so, in my opinion. Because then it becomes increasingly difficult to actively flip with all of your money at all times. I mean, there are plenty of items to pick from, that's really not the problem, but you want to be able to use all of that 500 mil to about 1.5 bill with your 6 Grand Exchange slots. Most of these items around this wealth range also have a low limit per 4 hours, which limits your options further and further. It's still doable at busy times, but when there are less people online, active flipping these items is just going to be slow. It's either that or you'll run out of decent options pretty quickly. Now, this will be the case until a while after you can afford party ads. It would be a bad idea to flip party ads the second you can afford them, as that is putting all your eggs in one basket. Be patient and wait a little longer with active flipping those, as the market is sentiment based, which will be difficult to learn at first. The last thing you want is working your way up to the party ad level only to get your ass kicked pretty soon. So what should you do in the meantime when active flipping alone is not going to cover all of your wealth? The answer is of course short-term investing, but in order to learn this you need to be experienced in both active and inactive flipping. Inactive flips are very important to learn, as you will continue to use them for a very long time or even permanently. Inactive flips are for times when you won't be around a computer for a few hours, so while you're asleep, which is quite nice to make money while you're sleeping, or when you're going out, when you're at work or at school. The objective is to get bigger profit margins than you would with active flips while putting in less effort, and the less effort part is really what makes it appeal to a lot of people. If you look at my log here, for example, out of the 25 bill I have logged here, about 2.8 bill was made through active flipping with an average profit percentage of 1.65%. Inactive flips, however, account for 4.3 bill of this profit with an average of 4.11%. You can tell I inactively flip more, as active flipping becomes an issue when you have more wealth to manage. Inactive flips require more experience, as you're trying to make predictions on what kind of margins you can get on the item in the longer term. For example, how much lower it might go during those few hours or how much higher it will get. Therefore, you should not start these inactive flips until you feel that you are experienced at active flipping, whenever that may be. Once you are experienced in active and inactive flips, the investing can begin, and more about this in the next part.